the recent wake of the recent Sars announcement, the gig economy has been abuzz with concerns about tax compliance and financial management. However, managing finances and taxes can be a significant challenge for these workers. As the creator economy continues to grow, Nomii is poised to revolutionize the way freelancers and gig workers manage their finances. Well, to unpack more, I'm joined by Talent Qwabe, the founder of Nomii, who likely recognized this pain point and created Nomii to address the specific needs of the gig workers and freelancers. Well, Talent, thank you so much for joining us here on Africa Side Hustle. And just to delve into this conversation, we've seen that the gig economy and creator space are growing rapidly, not only in South Africa, but around globally rather. But with that growth comes new financial challenges. I'd like to dive into how Nomii is helping freelancers and creators take control of their money and taxes.
Gig economy is something that a lot of people are navigating. And I do feel like, as an entrepreneur myself, that a lot of people, they do not understand the challenges that come with that, especially if you put in a tax layer on top of everything that you do every day as a content creator. So I've looked at quite a lot of softwares, including some of the famous ones, small, big, and everything else. And I came to a conclusion that it's going to be impossible for people to track whatever it is that they do as content creators, gig workers, freelancers. I'm a software engineer myself. I've been in spaces where I freelance. And there's quite a lot of things that you don't really think about as you are doing your business. So the aim of building Nomii is to educate and also help people have a tool that they can use every day to track their expenses, income, whatever it is that they do in day-to-day of their work. So that is the essence of it.
You see that these challenges being more about compliance or more about day-to-day money management?
So basically, the way I look at compliance, for you to be compliant, you need to know yourself as a person, what is it that you are doing every day so that you remain compliant. So for me, it's simply just about compliance, but in a way that is fun and more accessible for people. So you track whatever it is that you earn and whatever it is that you spend. At the end of the day, all of those things that you track and your spendings, whatever it is that you do in your day-to-day business, that all comes down to compliance. Because if you have a track record of your expenses and your income, in a way you are compliant. And if you are going to hire an accountant to look at your books or your tax professional to look at your books, you'll already have a good bookkeeping, basically the record of all your income and expenses. Yeah. So it's compliance, but in a more fun and engaging way.
Yeah, and also the app is powered by AI, I believe. And how exactly does the technology simplify the process of logging income and expenses for freelancers, and what features ensure accuracy and efficiency?
What we are trying to do is to make sure that we balance the features of AI and as well as compliance. We are working with I would say an experienced CFO to build our algorithms that will make sure that whatever we calculate for people is accurate and it is also in line with compliance. As for the AI aspect of it, yes, it will help you day to day to understand all the technical jargon. Basically, when you look at finance, you look at something like tax, there's quite a lot of things that, like words that you don't really understand. So we want to utilize AI to educate people about all of these terms. If you have an expense, it falls under this tax code. What does that mean to you as an influencer or a gig worker or even a small business owner?
What specific challenges do they face here, and how does Nomii's platform address those pain points?
If you look at a collaboration, it's an effort between two people. So it's a partnership. So if it's a partnership, you are getting paid for the partnership, or maybe you're not getting paid with money, but you are getting value out of that partnership. You need to come up with a way of evaluating how much it would cost for you to collaborate with that person. If there isn't any paperwork in place, that could be really tricky. But I think this thing of imposing tax to influencers, it will start to change how people actually do business. So they will start to do business in a more formal way. Everything that you do, you need to log. So you need to find a way. How do you log those things? So the thing is, what we want to do is to educate a lot in the app so that people really understand if they get into business, what is it that they need to look out for.
What kind of support do you offer to help new users to get started, since that you've mentioned that?
I realized that our generation, we have our focus span is like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and all that. So that is the kind of content that we have integrated into the app. So if you want to understand what is provisional text, if you want to understand if you should be paying for that collaboration, if you want to understand if this thing is looked at as something that is deductible, there's quite a lot of things that we want to include in the app in some sort of content, so that you don't spend time reading notes. You watch content that is almost similar to what you consume from TikTok or Instagram every day, because it should be short and also informative.
For freelancers and gig workers who feel overwhelmed by tax filing and financial management, what advice would you give them, and how can they get this, or rather, how can they get started with Nomii to simplify their financial lives?
Nomii is not a tax professional, but it's a tool that can help you consolidate all your tax related, all your financial related statements. So basically, based on whatever you put into Nomii. And the reason why I also built Nomii, that is because I wanted to build an ecosystem, an Uber for tax professionals, accountants, and auditors. So basically, now Nomii has done all this work for you. You have your books, everything is ready, but you are not sure because you're running a business. So we wanted to also include tax professionals that you can simply request within the app, and then you can set up a meeting. It could be online, it could be in person if your business is big, and those people, they can do work for you. So we really wanted to make sure that we build this tightly closed ecosystem where you can find everything that will take your business from this level to the next level.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode on Africa's Side Hustle, and that's Talent Qwabe, the founder of Nomii. Now, as we conclude today's episode, remember that Africa's entrepreneurial spirit is unstoppable. Turn your passions into profit and join the movement. Now, share your hustle story with us on social media using hashtag Africa's Side Hustle, and don't forget to subscribe for more entrepreneurial stories, business news, and insights on CNBCAfrica.com. Till next week.